oblivion.
12 3-minute rounds of boxing to decide the heavyweight championship of the Commonwealth. Introducing the boxers, and firstly, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the blue trunks trimmed with white, coming from Australia, he weighed in at 18 stone and 12 pounds. He brings to the ring a 35 professional record, 18 wins, 10 wins coming by way of knockout, with 10 losses and 2 draws. He's the Australian heavyweight champion and the challenger for the title tonight. Please welcome Australia's Bob Mirovic. And across the ring, ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner, wearing the black trunks trimmed with gold and silver, coming from Brixton in South London, weighing in at 17 stone, 7 pounds, coming to the ring with a 29-fight professional record, 27 wins, 22 wins by way of KO, with 2 losses. He's the current British and Commonwealth heavyweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting and introducing Brixton's Danny Williams. The referee, Mr. John Keane, will now give his instructions to both boxers.
You've received your instructions in the dressing room. You know what I expect of you. Shake hands, come out boxing.
12 3-minute rounds for the heavyweight championship of the Commonwealth.
Second round. This could well be a career-defining fight for Danny Williams. Another loss. And his opponent tonight is a big man from Australia, from New South Wales, the 37-year-old 19-stoner Bob Mirovic. And should Williams finish up in the canvas as he did last time out against Sinan Samuel Sam, the German-based Turk, then, well, it could well be the end of the line for Danny Williams. But he's come in, Richie Woodall, a stone lighter than he was last time out, and he looks altogether leaner, and he looks altogether a little bit more purposeful. But this really is something that Danny Williams has to take very seriously.
Yeah, he looks very lean, looks in great condition, Danny Williams, it's got to be said, but he certainly doesn't want to take any risks in these first opening rounds, doesn't need to be standing there taking right hands like that, Jim, certainly not. He's nice and lean, and he looks nice and sharp, but no risks in the opening round. He's up against a very big fella who can obviously hit a little bit and will fancy his chances early on, so Danny Williams got to be nice and tight, work behind that jab in this opening round.
Well, Williams always said he felt a lot more comfortable at 18 stones plus, but maybe that was his undoing against Samuel Sam last time out. And he took too many big shots, especially with the right hand. This is a good start by Williams, always was an accomplished boxer, but he's in against a man who, for the first time in his career, is a lot taller and certainly a lot heavier than him. A little bit of a swelling already underneath the left eye of Danny Williams. Although, to be fair, he has been doing some sparring with an old rival and a man who's in action, and more of him later this evening, Julius Francis, who's on a mission in Germany, as Danny Williams was a couple of months ago. So Mirovic comes to the United Kingdom for the very first time, the reigning Australian heavyweight champion, a man who once fought and lost to Joe Bugner in the early stages of his career. John Keane breaks him up for the first time. A minute to go to the end of this, the first. Good defense by Williams, just blocking that big overhead right hand from this huge man from New South Wales. Williams' defense looks an awful lot tighter, and my goodness, Richie, it'll have to be, won't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's got to keep those hands nice and high in this opening round, especially because, you know, the big Australian, he's looking for this right hand over the top, and so Williams, you know, got to keep that left hand up, and there it is, and Williams blocks his shot, which is good. But also what I've noticed from Mirovic, he's practicing this old cross guard, a bit like the old Joe Frazier style, if you like. When Williams does attack, he crosses the arms and tries to take the shots on the elbows. So I mean, it's a steady opening round. They're just feeling each other out. But Danny Williams, he's doing okay up to now, but he doesn't want to get involved with this fella.
Really leaning on him, and John King's not going to let him away with too much of that. That was a tough enough round for Williams against, well, the biggest man he's ever met so far in his career. So Danny Williams with new trainers, Hector Roca, who's been in with some 13 former world champions. Well, Williams' record a little bit more blemished than it was before his last one. He's now lost twice, once to Julius Francis and more recently to Samuel San, but it's still not a bad looking record.
Okay, Bobby, the whole 3 minutes, quite low.
And across the ring, where he's trained by Angelo Hyder and former boxer Mark Barguero. This is the 37-year-old. Works as a fitter and turner by trade when he's not in the ring.
You're doing very
if he came along to fix your pipes, I think you'd let him do it without charging him.
Really well.
Williams still the British champion as well as the Commonwealth champion. He's making the 6th defence of his Commonwealth title, having won a British Lonsdale belt outright, something which I know he cherishes. Better start from Williams, lovely fast hands. That's better from Danny Williams. Williams needs to impress tonight. And more importantly, has to expunge the memory of that awful night in Germany a couple of months ago. And I think the key for Williams, Richie, is going to be his speed.
Well, that's it. I mean, he's obviously he's in much better condition. Now it has to be said, he looks sharper, looks leaner, and so he is quicker. And he started this round with a couple of good left hook, right-hand combinations. And yeah, he's got to use his speed against this fella. He's definitely going to be quicker than this guy, and he's just got to beat the fella to the punch. But he's blocking everything, it's got to be said. There's a lot coming from Mirovic, but Danny Williams is blocking all these shots on the arms and elbows. And so for me, up to now, he's doing okay.
Well, Mirovic is using that extra poundage and really leaning on Danny Williams, but there's a fair old bit of midriff exposed by Mirovic, and so far, Rich, we haven't seen Williams throw a meaningful shot down below.
Well, that's right. I mean, what Williams should be doing is obviously, you know, trying the odd shots downstairs, because this guy, very big, and he is open downstairs, no doubt about it. But it's only the second round, and I'm sure that Danny Williams at some stage will concentrate on those body shots.
Well blocked once again by Williams, and that was the problem against the German-based Turkish European champion. He got himself caught because his left hand was far too low. He hasn't made that error so far. Little feint by Williams, trying to tee his man up for the right. Again, Williams defends. Left hand from the champion was a wee bit on the low side. Took a good shot to the head. Big left hand from Mirovic. This is a huge man. Wonderful stiff jab by Williams. Mirovic squinted, that landed right at the end of his nose and has really brought tears to his eyes.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good jab by Danny Williams, but for me, Mirovic is doing better in this round. He's certainly commanding a little bit better with the jab. Williams has been slow with his jab, and he hasn't been landing with the punch. And although Williams has been blocking a lot of Mirovic's punches, it still looks more impressive when Mirovic is throwing the shots, it's got to be said. So a little bit more work from Danny Williams we need.
Needs to move a little bit more. Unbelievably long trunks he has, way down below knee level. Better by Williams, first to the jab every time, and again. Lovely little double jab by the champion. Needs a bit more of that. Good finish after the bell. The shot was on its way when the bell rang. Got indications of Danny Williams' hand speed there, and they'll be much, much happier. Let's hear the corner.
The jab, this guy is a bomb, okay? Use the man there, okay?
Well, words there from Hector Roca. Round the corner right from the big Australian, landed flat on the top of Danny Williams' head right at the end of that round. Williams stalking his man. There's that wonderful double jab, and he's got to keep this big fellow on the back foot and keep him moving.
working. You're giving him 1 round. Okay? Don't give him no more runs. Okay? It's not that job. It's not that job. He can't take the job.
Level second round, Richie.
Yeah, I thought it was a level second. I think it was a great last 30-40 seconds from Danny Williams, but previous to that, I thought Mirovic, he did excellent with his own jab.
A lot of water flying around. It's very hot here at Brentford underneath the ring lights. Big Bob Mirovic, and he is Big Bob, Big Bad Bob coming forward. Good right hand from Williams. And the big Aussie just shakes his head. He has been stopped before. He's been stopped on 4 occasions. Williams now going to work. And this the 3rd round. And Mirovic takes a step backwards, and he looks in a bit of trouble. Williams, I think, if he catches him with 1 good shot, could give the big fella from down under a lot of bother. Mirovic in Williams' corner. Williams now opening up. There's nothing much coming back from Mirovic. He's landing. And he managed to turn Williams.
Yeah, he caught Williams with a good shot there on the ropes, but previous to that, it was a big right hand from Williams that really started the ball rolling there. And Danny, you could see it in his eyes, he knew he landed well with that shot, and then he started to step in and get his opponent on the ropes. Much better boxing, more positive stuff from Danny Williams.
Well, Mirovic again using that big hard right hand. Coming up to the midway point of the round, John King splits them up. Williams a little bit leaden-footed, and he doesn't want to be on the ropes against a heavier man. Williams puffing a little bit, got himself caught again with the left hand. Well, we've heard good reports about Danny Williams' work rate, especially out in the States.
Well, it's got to be said, Jim. I mean, Williams is taking plenty of risks here against this guy, standing toe-to-toe with a guy who's nearly 2 stone heavy or whatever. So he doesn't need to be doing that. We'll work a little bit more with the jab, which he's doing, and lands with the big right, but gets caught.
Absolutely, walked onto a left hand, and Williams in trouble again, and Mirovic comes storming forward and is threatening to land Danny Williams right on top of us at ringside. And Williams did momentarily what he did against Samuel Sam and let the guard go. Well, he seems to have recovered, so obviously Mirovic doesn't have the power that the Turk did. Williams has got to get himself off these ropes, Richie.
Well, you know, this literally is crazy tactics from Danny Williams now. I know he's been caught, but before that he was standing right in front of his opponent, and when you're there to be hit, you know, you've got a guy like Mirovic, he will definitely land the big shots on you.
There's the left going in again from Mirovic.
He must get off the ropes, Jim, and get back to the centre of the ring and start commanding and dictating with his boxing.
Well, Danny Williams had a very difficult round, and the Australians will be pretty pleased with their big fella. Boxing in the UK for the first time.
Free. Up and blow it out, mate. Up. Blow up. Right out. Hey, you look like you're just getting your next wind in there. Now look at me in the eye and listen. Listen. Oh, we've got it here. Breathe deep, Bob. Bob. Hey, Bobby, listen to me. Listen to me now, please. This is going to win you the fight. You outgutsed him. You outmuscled him. He tried to outmuscle you. You kept coming back. Great work.
Give me some basso.
Now listen. Hey, sit down low. Come in with a cover. Throw the straight punches.
Wow,
Bob.
what a torrid round that was for Danny Williams. There was a little short left came through, and that right hand was pretty close to being a rabbit punch round the back, but Williams felt the power of the Australian's left. Well, everybody has given Richie Danny Williams full marks for getting back into the ring so quickly after that massive disappointment in Germany a couple of months ago. But has he bitten off more than he can chew?
Well, I'll tell you what, Jim, I mean, he needs a victory tonight, and he needs a confidence-boosting victory also. I mean, he's got to win well tonight here, but he's going about things the wrong way at the moment, and that's a little bit better behind the jab, but he certainly doesn't want to stand toe-to-toe with a guy who's got a terrific weight advantage over him.
Williams going to the body for the first time. Good right hand round the corner. But this huge Australian comes storming back. The Australians have never ever had a Commonwealth Heavyweight champion since professional boxing began. And big Bob Mirovic is going about it in pretty decent fashion. So it's just little spurts from Williams, Rich, and he needs to be doing more.
Yeah, he needs to be doing more, and that's where he should be, the centre of the ring. But again, he's being pushed back to the ropes, and that's negative from Danny Williams. He's allowing his opponent literally to crawl all over him, and that's a little bit out of order there, you have to say.
Well, I think the message from John Keane is if you do that again, Buster, it's going to cost you a point. Good left hand into the ribs by Williams, and a right and left rib combination. That's a better sequence from Williams, but back comes Mirovic. Williams may well have to produce a sledgehammer to stop this fella. Giving away nearly 20 pounds in weight, Williams, a rare occurrence for him. Minute to go to the end of the round. Low left. Oh, that was low. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Mirovic down in Williams' corner. Williams told to go to the neutral corner. That left hand from Danny Williams was very low indeed. And Hector Roca in the corner, Williams' corner, where Mirovic is saying to Williams to come forward. So a serious telling off for Mirovic for nearly pushing his opponent out of the ring, and an equally serious telling off for Williams for a low blow. The clock will have stopped to allow the Australian to get his win back. And again, thanks to the cup protectors, he's not too badly hurt. Better by Williams. Good left hand by Williams. Williams going for the finish. Good right hand by Williams. Mirovic is so strong. 30 seconds to go. Can Williams finish into the fourth? Mirovic is starting to wobble. This towering wallaby is wobbling. Williams looking for the finish. Great right hand. One more might do it. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. John King steps in, and Mirovic is about to collapse. Mirovic is about to collapse, and it took 3 men to hold him up. And Danny Williams survived several torrid minutes to come back and retain his Commonwealth Heavyweight title in spectacular style. Well, apologies for my voice, but no apologies for the performance of Danny Williams. A terrific finish. Controversy aplenty in that particular round. Mirovic, who seems to be fine. John Keane let him take just the right number of punches before he stopped it. And John Keane's decision, Richie Woodall, was absolutely the right one.
Oh, yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, Danny Williams, it looked a lacklustre performance, and then he literally explodes into action. He catches his opponent with, I think it was a terrific right hand, and then he literally would not let up until that referee jumped in there. His gum shields out of his mouth. What an excellent finish from Danny Williams. He's pulled this one out of the bag, because as I've said, it looked like a lacklustre performance from Danny Williams, but he certainly finished off this guy in fine style. That's the performance, that's the confidence-boosting performance he needed tonight.
Well, when Williams got his man in the corner, he didn't let him away. Mirovic, who had caused him all sorts of problems by his sheer weight and strength, suddenly crumbled when the Commonwealth champion unleashed a series of very hard right hands.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 2 minutes 33 seconds of round 4, the referee has stopped the contest. The winner and still heavyweight champion of the Commonwealth, Brentford, Danny Williams.
Well, by no means a flawless Danny Williams performance, but I guess, Richie, when you win as well as that, one goes before is easily forgotten about.
Yeah, it certainly was, and he needed a big performance here tonight, Jim, and he produced it. And you have to say, before that, he didn't look right, he made mistakes and he got caught, but he put it right, and the way he finished his opponents off here tonight, he's sending out a message to almost every heavyweight in the world, if you like, that Danny Williams is back, and I'm very, very pleased for him, because he has recovered from that defeat for the European title, and Danny Williams, without a shadow of a doubt, is he can become now a leading contender for a world title.
Well, when he looks back, he will probably think I took maybe a shot or two that I didn't really need to in the early stages, but the important thing was when he came back, he finished it in style. It'll be interesting if we ever get a chance to talk to Bob Mirovic, how much that low blow took out of the Australian, how much wind was taken out of his sails, never mind any other part of his anatomy. But in the end, it was Williams' two-fisted attack and some excellent right-hand punching in particular finished the contest in spectacular style for Danny Williams. So Williams, already the winner of an outright Lonsdale belt, has retained his Commonwealth Heavyweight title in this a successful sixth defence. But I think Danny Williams, having come back into the ring in pretty spectacular fashion, will be rather pleased with himself, and I'm delighted to say, and I'm pleased to say, that he's at ringside talking